one of the better weapons off stage and might be able to combat Delta and TM's ability to just remove stocks the moment your feet leave the floor. Let's see how game 1 goes.
Yeah, so we're immediately seeing that a Terrorist coming out from Delta. I think they were running double Terrorist earlier on, and Macheeete and Sgrape running into that Lance team comp. I mean, nothing goes wrong with double Lance, but nothing goes wrong with Spear and Sword either. I think Delta and TM kind of have lost this like team comp when we're thinking about this, but I mean right now they're doing a really solid job with both of these axes, doing heavy amounts of damage to both Sgrape and Macheeete, trying to go for an end sig to get a possible KO. Good side sig from Macheeete will send Delta up into the high kill box here.
You can even see Delta's having a bit of a hard time recovering back onto stage. Had to stay in the lesser favorable position of that ledge guard before getting that first stock removed. So yeah, no, red team definitely respecting blue team's off stage. Maybe not going to be as bold as they usually are. So we're going to have to try and see what other strategies they're able to come up with. Lance and Lance, Axe versus Axe. So far going in favor of the Lance players, as Macheeete is yet to fall down to second stock. That's going to change, but still, Delta, keep your very, very close attention onto Delta over here. Whether or not they're able to hold on to a stock will be pivotal to red team's success.
Yeah, right now this red team's doing a pretty solid job of keeping damage on top of blue team. But right now, blue team is starting to get those siders in. Possible KO attempt. Good sider from Sgrape. And now it does look like blue team has the lead. Sider and decider for blue team once again. That's what sucks about Lance. Good silent end save follow up there for Sgrape. That's what kind of sucks. I mean, you'll have that, you know, you'll have a ton of team damage by the end of it, but I mean, you'll get the win regardless, maybe.
Yeah, blue team, they're already starting to run away with this. Although stocks are pretty even, red team is really having a hard time to answering back anything that blue team throws out. It's really blue team throwing out attacks, grabbing the most stage control, and then up to red team to maybe grab some chip damage here or there just to respond and keep it even without really them having much of a say in the argument. They're trying to interrupt, but blue team just keeps grabbing the mic back.
Yeah, and I mean, they're utilizing the signatures perfectly. Delta with a nice nair will take out Macheeete down to their last stock. Sgrape has to be careful here, sitting in that high damage area. But so is TM, finally barely making it back, trying to dodge that Lance recovery. A good end sig from Sgrape, and now Delta's in the 2v1 against a very healthy Macheeete and a very damaged Sgrape. Beautiful follow-up with that D-Light side-air.
Delta has a very clear path right here. Just had to focus on Sgrape a little bit more, but probably would have a very hard time clutching out that 1v1 against Macheeete. I'm pretty sure PR, I think 2 or 3 in ones, right? Definitely up there in the top 5.
Macheeete, I think so. I cannot fact check that, unfortunately.
We can check that really quickly. It will take me a second. But yeah, no, Macheeete is definitely top 5 at PR. It's just specifically where. Now, granted, like 2, 3, and 4, those don't really make like that huge of a difference, but it would still be nice to know either way. Sgrape by his side doing quite nicely, and I think we have some character swaps from red team.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see Delta swap from that Terrorist, the hammer, onto the Bryn with playing that spear. They saw Sgrape doing really well with the spear, so like, okay, now it's my turn. We're seeing TM play the Roland, or King Knight, following after Macheeete. So it looks like they got inspired by this blue team, and now they're gonna start trying to put a little bit more pressure onto them. However, they are still taking a substantial amount of damage than this red team. However, TM with a really good KO onto Macheeete. And now Sgrape, the healthiest one on the field. Macheeete looking to bring back their damage. Good down sig from Sgrape. What are we feeling about this team's this character swap right now?
I gotta say, although this game is still really tight, it's looking so much better because some of the little pass-offs that they were to get in the opening little bits of this game, you can tell their team combos and their synergy look so much better on these characters compared to last game. This is where they're comfortable. These are picks. It's hard to tell. Arguably, if they should have just started out with Because, yeah, no, they're doing a lot better, and these team combos, even though they're pretty far and few in between, they're looking so much better than last game, and they're holding their own just a little bit better, which is sometimes all you need. TM, very unfortunately, has to lose that second stock. Sgrape taking that into his own hands and continuing to build a fantastic lead, taking Delta off the side. A worthy trade as everyone else is fresh slate last stock. Sgrape only just touching down on second. I know these character picks are looking a lot better for red team, but Sgrape with some finesse able to take blue team into a pretty fantastic spot.
You could say finesse. Get it? Because anyway, moving on. We're actually only 2 minutes into this game, and Delta almost just got taken off the top. I mean, this lance from Sgrape is just doing so well. It played almost perfectly this entire game.
Delta, are they able to make it back? Avoids the NSIG and the Sair is able to make it back. And they are starting to fight back against Sgrape. If they get Macheeete out here, that's great, because now all they have is this 2v1 against Sgrape. But still, look at the upper right corner of the screen. Look at the game state. This could still, yeah, this isn't too far away from Sgrape.
The NSIG from TM was so clutch there, getting both KOs onto the team members. But right now, Sgrape is in a solid position. A little bit of a clash there, but here comes the team team KO, and there it is! He's gone. He's done, so. You know, we've seen Europe countless times. They take advantage of that 2v1 state, and we're actually see Delta swap back to that Terrace that they played earlier.
That is the perfect way to deal with a 2v1, and you don't have to be on red sudden death to approach a 2v1 that way. That just is the correct way to do it, to be a little bit more patient than you think you have to until that one combo starter lines up. They waited so patiently for it, and the moment the opportunity arose, they were able to bring it home. Picture perfect clutch. But yeah, swapping back over to the Terrace is going to be a very, very interesting option, but the synergy is also starting to kind of improve, especially since swapping characters a lot. That's a pretty decent change to have to try and remember, because that's your teammate. You have to remember where all of the attacks and signatures go, so you know, can I follow up after this? Where should I be? Should I be here? Should I be predicting a follow-up? What attack are you going to use if we're in this situation? What character your teammate picks is a huge changing variable, and Delta really just kind of throw out anything that works until hopefully finding the one that does. But is character swapping too much in twos actually worse?
Well, I mean, I think it can be, you know, like you were saying, you know, your teammate needs to know what you're doing. A really good follow-up there that might be the stock weapon throw, I think, kills. Really good play there from Delta. But yeah, as you're saying, the character swapping might be a little detrimental to this red team. However, they're doing much better than they have been the past few games. Sgrape trying to go for an edge guard, a good sider will get the confirm. And stocks are pretty much equal now. A little bit of damage built onto TM and Macheeete, but there's just not a whole lot going for really either team. Sgrape starting to do a little bit of damage there.
Delta though.
Delta ground pound, delay recovery. Can Macheeete make it back? Barely.
Wait, TM?
Oh
no, the ground pound
the reversal, and they're both gone.
They turned it around.
What are you doing?
They turned it around.
That was a beautiful display of skill there from not only Macheeete, but also Sgrape, getting around all those attacks, avoiding everything. Macheeete barely managing to make it back off of that hammer, ground pound, and delay recovery. And they're still going, just applying damage just consistently to this red team.
Delta really starting to put some work in with the axe, and the pass-offs I feel like they are looking a little bit better on Hammer, but still, maybe they're also looking just as good on Axe. Usually these teams have been neck and neck, blow for blow, and it's just a seesaw trading power with power, but all it takes is just one tiny mistake to snowball into the game going over into blue team's favor, and it's hard to tell where that mistake lines up on the timeline right here, but Delta in this 2v1 still could clutch out the double KO. Granted, that 1v1 against us Sgrape would be very, very difficult, but there's a small chance that he might not even have to deal with that as D-Light just connects on Macheeete.
And Delta's just playing really good here with his hammer.
Oh my God.
Stomp into GC stomp into recovery. Definitely a really good tool to use off stage, but there it just was not enough. Macheeete and Sgrape are gonna take game number 2. I believe. Oh wait, no, that was game number 3. My bad. My fault. My bad.
We spent all this time talking about
tired.
like.
Hey.
We spent
hey,
like all.
Hey,
do you want me to share some energy drink with you if you're tired?
Hey.
Hmm.
Stop.
Ooh. Ooh. We got.
Anyway.
Double Taros.
Double Tyros. Okay. What do you think about this pick? This is something they ran earlier, and this I believe helped them beat out Blaze and Neats. So, what do you think?
I mean, double Taros is always a pretty good last pick, and you see a lot of teams pick it when they're down 2-1 or they're down 2-0. So. And yeah, no, a lot of these games have usually been, like I said, they're usually dead even, but Sgrape and Macheeete, they're just so good at capitalizing that the moment one mistake arises from red team, they're able to just let the whole game ride off of that. All it takes is one small lead, and then they just play solid for the last 2 minutes. Delta's starting to pick up the pace with Hammer, and TM joins him in Hammer Gang as 2 D-Light stomp stairs respectively. This could be a double.
It was not. It is. This red team's trying to make a little bit more work for them going into game number 4 here. Delta off the side stage does manage to make it back. Sgrape in a struggling position there. You know, blue team is not really doing too much, finally taking out Delta's first stock. But look at their damage. Blue team is struggling right here.
How hard Taros is able to hit. All it's going to take is just one hit for either one of these players of blue team to be sent off the side. And Delta, I know that we've been saying the opposite this whole set, but is looking pretty mighty fine, healthy right there. Does have to do a good job of protecting his friend TM on the other side of the stage right there. We are seeing a few less signatures come up from blue team. It's just they've been taking a few more liberties with it in the past few seconds, but those are some of the only signatures they've actually gone for this entire game. So I feel like they're trying to get punished less, and they realize the roles are reversed. Hey, we're getting punished for our mistakes a lot more than we're able to punish them. So I think we gotta rethink what risks we take and don't take, because we're falling down to orange last stock, and we gotta act like it.
Yeah, right now this blue team just needs to get Delta out, but Delta just wants to live so long. Macheeete trying to go for a sider to possibly confirm a kill. Delta finally getting taken out by Sgrape. Now they really need to capitalize here on TM. TM managing to get around most of their attacks. Delta trying to kill Sgrape off the top. A nice little follow-up combo there, putting all players above orange health. Red team's starting to slow down a little bit, though, near this end of the game. You know, Sgrape going up to try and get some leverage here.
Ooh.
Really good play there by TM.
Red team wins.
600 damage by Delta, by the way. 5 KOs. GG's. I mean, they are running. They're just running with it. They are running with it.
We have.
It's game 5.
Yeah,
we got game 5 already.
Yeah, another game 5 is the.
I'm all for it though. I'm all for it.
Did someone say it was like the Church of Double Taros is always open or something?
What?
It was a line similar to that, something where like the doors of the Holy Grail of Double Taros is always open for anybody down 0-2 or something. There was someone who said something like that. I forgot if it was a player or a caster or something like that. But we got another team subscribing to that theory that, hey, if you're down in the set, sometimes double Taros is all you need to, at the very least, bring it to Game 5, prove that you're not going down without a fight. And although this is Game 5, both of these players are on bracket game, but not tournament game, because you still got that lower bracket down there, but that's really not a place that you want to be. I know they say this a lot, but you want to get into Grand Slam winners. We'll talk about that a bit later.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a do or die game, but it's like, yeah, I kind of want to win here, so we gotta try a little bit harder. Blue team doing a lot better than I have been. A beautiful follow-up from Sgrape, and Macheeete doing so well, starting to put more and more pressure onto this red team. TM getting taken out by an N-Sig from Sgrape. That was a little awkward. Sgrape was going for a punish and just said, I don't really feel like it, and then just walked away. Yeah, I'm excited. You know what I haven't seen a lot of? Gravity canceled signatures from Delta or TM.
Yeah.
I feel like Taros normally has. Oh, I just realized they're matching hammers. What kind of synergy is this? They got the. They got the Bluetooth.
Blue team is already starting to look a lot better because they were not really hitting that many pass-offs or team combos in games 3 and 4. So now that we got game 5 rolling around, Delta falling down a last stock, they're starting to look a bit more confident, and they're starting to be able to line each other up for a lot more of these little pass-offs on double lance, mind you. So there's more of a chance for the DI to kick in or for certain approaches to be a lot more predictable. Yet here they are at a small lead that they're going to try to expand to a pretty tasty lead. This isn't quite the whole meal yet, but it's a pretty nice snack.
Yeah, but as you say that, a nice stomp sider for TM will take out Macheeete. However, if we look at this blue team, they are in such a solid spot. Delta on their final stock in red. Sgrape with that N-Sig does save him, does not get the KO. But I mean, look at Sgrape. He's still on his second stock on red, mind you. Macheeete not taking very much damage. And there goes Delta. Sidelight Cider off of the Cider from Macheeete, trying to find this final confirmed. TM barely managing to make it back. It does look like this is in the hands of the blue team. Can TM finish anything here? I mean, will he even be able to take out Sgrape's stock? And no, he won't. Beautiful down air. And that's going to be the set.
Sgrape stock tanking quite brilliantly, making it so that the first few games of the set were really just a precursor as to what was going to happen in the end. They're going to sit nice and comfy in Grands.